What's going on, America? This is Kevin in Kevin's Corner. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Excuse me, pardon me. That's what President Trump is doing right now. He's pardoning people who have been abused by the DOJ under James Comey and Robert Mueller and their nasty, corrupt, crooked butt using the DOJ, the resources of the Department of Justice to strong arm people, to force them into confessing stuff, and to punish them way beyond measure. So President Trump is flipping the script, and he's pardoning some people who, when you look at the whole case, you say, man, you got that much time, like Dinesh, whatever his name is, for the campaign donations. First of all, why aren't they going after Rosie O'Donnell? That's what I want to know. Rosie's just handing out money. You want something? I got you too. And nobody's doing nothing to her. But then they go after Dinesh and they throw the book at this dude. But he happened to have said some bad things about President Obama, and that's not right for them. So they went to the extreme to punish him. And I'm glad President Trump is stepping in, doing this. And there's a couple other people that I'd like to see get pardoned. There was a story on Fox about a black guy. He was a prisoner, and I guess he did all these years. They let him out, then realized that under the old guidelines that he was supposed to be deemed to be a lifetime criminal or career criminal, and they took him back. But he had changed his life. Things are going well, and he had fit the model of how you really want a prisoner to be rehabilitated. And so there's a big push for him to, of course, be pardoned. And I hope he does something like that, because, see, I can already see where the critics is going with it. They're, oh, yeah, he's helping out all of his friends. This goes to show he tries to circumvent the law. But they would have a real hard time trying to attack him or criticize him for pardoning a black man that really will fall in the category of how they want prison reform to work. I love to see CNN try to do that. Come in like he pardoned a black man who didn't do anything in the first place. This shouldn't have even been in jail. So Trump was really not a racist. He would have made sure this guy never even went to jail. You know, they'll come up and make some crap up. But nonetheless, I like what he's doing. Now, what the heck is going on with Trey Dowdy? Has he lost his mind? I don't understand. I mean, who got the Trey? I'm worried because Devin Nunes, we haven't heard nothing from him since they had the meeting last week. And the only stuff we heard from Trey Dowdy was that he feels that the FBI did everything according to the book. And I'm going, that's news to me. Trey, what is going on? That's not the Trey I know and love. That's all I'm saying. It's not the Trey I know and love. Because not even being a lawyer or a politician, normal people who are looking at this case is going, they set Trump up. They put this thing together. And Trey is pretty clever. So for him to start flipping the script, I'm wondering what the heck. Maybe they got him in there and they was going, you know what? We have to make it seem like this was done by the book, because, see, if we let everybody know this, it will strike complete anarchy in our society when they find out that we were playing political games and using the power of the FBI for political reasons. Yeah, the people would just have an uprising, and we can't afford that. We can't afford that. So what we need you to do is, for the betterment of everybody, we need you to act like that everything was by the book. Unless you want a riot, unless you want a civil war on your hands, Trey. Maybe Trey bowed down to some garbage like that. Let's be real. Conservatives aren't going to do that. We just want to see justice done. What would make everybody mad if we feel that they got away with it? That's more damaging than if they came out and we found out that they were corrupt, because we already know that. We already know that. What makes us mad is that they get away with it. So it's not the fact that they did it. I mean, I'm not going to sit back if they found guilty and waste my Saturday rushing up to Washington with some torches and some rakes like the old school days when they would overthrow the French King Louis. No, I'm not doing that. But what I would get upset about is if they skate by when everybody knows that they are guilty. And you know what else gives them up? You ever heard of a bird called a killdeer? See, Let me tell you about the killdeer. A little bit of National Geographics lesson for you before I wrap this video up. All right. I said, hello, I'm observing the wild and elusive killdeer. You know how they talk when it's always that, and it's never, they're always putting themselves in danger, but it's not for them. It's for the American people. I'm going to go right up to the killdeer and attempt to pet it right on its beak. I'm not doing this for me, but for the American people. So nonetheless, the killdeer is a little bird that for some reason, he lays his eggs or her eggs, right? What in the world? What is this gibberish? Loud for nothing. Anyway, so the killdeer lays their eggs on the ground in like populated areas often. And what happened is now they got to stand guard and watch out for people that's threatening their eggs, possibly to step on them or take them or whatever. All right, so they leave the eggs laying around in the public, just like the funky, nasty, dirty DOJ in the top area, the top echelons of them, and the FBI and the funky Democrats. They left all the evidence out after the election, just laying all over the place. All right, and so what the killdeer does is, as people get closer, the bird starts to act up to try to draw them away from the eggs in the nest. And you wondering, why is this bird getting loud and flopping around all over there? And now you distracted looking at the bird instead of the eggs or the nest. And you getting closer because the bird gets more crazy. It's louder. Then it might even do something like play injured. Start on my wing. It's broke. Come get me. Come over here and get me. Ooh, my wing. Don't look over there. Then it'll sometimes just play dead for a second with the one eye open, like, wait until he gets over here and then I get up and run away. But the whole objective is to keep people from getting to the evidence, keep people from getting to the egg, getting to the nest. Well, when you see people like James Clapper, you see people like John Brennan, Sally Yates, James Comey, when they all start coming out and speaking out against these investigations or attempts to get all this documentation about how this thing all came together, when they start saying stuff like, you know what, this right here it's an indictment against how the justice system works, and this right here is a slap in the face to the FBI, and we weren't doing things like spying. We had human intel, and you know what? For you guys to want to know who our operative was puts them in danger. While what happens is, as they're starting to get loud and become more vocal, that's evidence that we're getting closer to the nest. We're getting closer to the eggs. And they're going, you're getting too close now. We got to flip and flap around over here and start making a lot of extra noise so that you guys won't keep going in that direction, but we can distract you. And so the louder they get and the more that they come out and they get on TV and try to say things like, this is unprecedented. I can't believe that. And guess who else gets louder with that garbage? Is their buddies in the liberal media. There was no spying. Trump is making this stuff up. The louder they scream, the more show they put on, lets you know we're getting closer and closer to those eggs. Closer and closer to that nest of corruption. Okay? The eggs of deceitfulness. See the metaphors? So, that's just my take on it. You've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. And I tell you, I hope Trey Gowdy gets his mind back, because it seemed like maybe he just had a temporary brain fart or something, because I'm going, that's not the Trey I know and love. It really isn't. And I hope President Trump go ahead and finish passing out a couple pardons, And hey, if I hope one day, just in case, God forbid, they set me up for something like they've been doing a lot of other people, just because, my videos and stuff, they might set a brother up. And I hope the president get wind of it and get me out. I can only do this while he's in office, because, when he, after his 8 years, if Pence don't get in, God forbid that happens, then we free game. God forbid another Democrat get in. They're going to go back and look at these videos like, he was a part of the conspiracy. Let's lock him up and throw away the key. Yeah, and I might need a pardon. So just in case that happened, I'm going to have to make sure I do it on Trump's watch, because I might need to be like, excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me, I got a question. Pardon me, please. Yeah. So anyway, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. Find me on Twitter, on Facebook. Check me out on Wednesday nights. And also, if you want to support Kevin's Corner, there's links in the bottom. God bless you. See you next time in Kevin's Corner.